down 2 sentences about what the weather is like today. And I want you all to sign it, and I want you to put the date on.
Okay. The weather in Cyprus today is very nice. The summer is coming, 17th of April, year 2010.
So what I've written is, today in Nicosia, it is very cold and windy. There are a lot of clouds. And I've signed it and I've dated it, okay? So that's mine.
But you wrote it today?
I've just written it now. Okay, so, and these are yours. For one reason or another, they've vanished. The only one that's remained in 100 years' time is mine. It's signed and it's dated. They've no idea that they were all of yours, all saying it was warm and sunny and perfect, because over time, those have just disappeared.
There isn't one view. All good history teaching, there isn't one truth. And if you look for one, you'll only be disappointed, or you'll start killing people because they don't agree with you.
There is no discipline, other than perhaps mathematics, that deals with absolute truths. So why should history? Why should we feel that if you do not accept my version, not only are you cognitively adrift, but also you're morally blind?
Northern Ireland is a divided society, and it's one that's emerging from a period of conflict. Children as young as 3 years old were actually already expressing sectarian views.
History is more often than not about conflict, but how do we teach conflict without creating dividing lines? Every party to a conflict has self-evident truths, so how do we develop intercultural competence and understanding in pupils? And perhaps even harder, a tolerance of ambiguity.
Tolerance of ambiguity means, for a history student, I think means recognizing that there is not always going to be a clear-cut answer or even a clear-cut view to be aware of. A lot here depends on the age and background and ability of the students. And you have to know precisely which skills you are assessing at each stage of this process.
And how do we assess these skills? Do we test feelings and attitudes in a formal exam? Or can we use the teaching process itself as an informal or formative assessment of these values, where pupils also learn to evaluate their own views and prejudices?
This is a silent conversation to allow pupils to listen to each other. You have your source in the middle, and you begin to engage with it. And the idea then is you write, what do you see? What do you think? How does it make you feel? Trying to move away from the old traditional approaches of the teacher being an authoritarian figure who transmits information. What we're trying to do is to develop multi-perspectivity approaches so that children realise that there can be various shades of opinion.
Ήταν πιο εθνοκεντρική η ιστορία μας. Τα ίδια αισθήματα που είχαμε εμείς έρχονταν και η απέναντι πλευρά.
Απλά εμείς τώρα τα μαθαίνουμε και οι μαθητές πρέπει να τα μάθουν για να ξέρουν όλες τις οπτικές γωνίες.
I think one of the biggest challenges is to have the teacher accept the need for education reform, because education is about the mind of the people, and you don't change the minds through pressure or commands and so on.
Education should bring people together, should help them to overcome existing dividing lines, and should help not to create the new ones.
And if you wait long enough in history, all conflicts come to some kind of resolution in the end. The normal ending is not hatred forever and ever and ever and ever. The normal ending is some kind of conflict resolution.
Ortak iki toplum olarak, daha doğrusu Kıbrıs halkı olarak ortak bir şeyler düşünmek, yani ortak bakabilmek tarihe, daha objektif bakabilmek çok daha güzel. Ve yani olması gereken de onun olduğunu düşünüyorum ve çok iyi bir yaklaşım.